do better talking when you drive.
I know. I think too much.
That's weird.
I think too much when I'm trying to say stuff. Okay. All right, so this... It's your fault.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, so that is our driving... Well, if I can.
Hey guys, it's Felicia with OSR Garage, and I have a 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning today from Heller Ford in El Paso, Illinois. Thanks, guys. Check them out as soon as possible. They have a great selection. So I'm going to start off with just a little bit of regular driving out around where we live, and I'm going to do a couple launches, and we'll just see how this goes. So right away I feel like a little bit strange because I have my feet on nothing and we're just sitting still.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit weird to be like going to drive, but then it doesn't just start going because of that one pedal driving. All right.
All right. We're just going to launch it.
Here we go. Whoa! Oh my gosh!
That was just a normal mode. That wasn't even sport mode.
Oh! Okay, we'll switch it up here.
Yeah, so we're going to turn around and we're going to do it again. And I'm going to kick it over into sport mode for her. So you are in sport mode now.
Oh, I can't. I'm terrible with this one pedal. It's so much more severe than I'm used to. Oh my goodness.
So she pulled into some rocks, and with the regen actually stopped and skidded the tires in the rocks.
It's like I'm a brand new driver or something.
It's almost like she slammed on the brakes.
Yeah,
she didn't. She just slid in the rocks.
I feel super awkward.
Okay, launching with sport mode. Get your steering wheel straight, or it'll jerk you.
All right, here we go. Oh, that's my favorite. Now, when I did it, it didn't feel as slippery as it felt when I was a passenger when you did it the first time. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive for a truck.
I know. Electric vehicles are just like so much fun. Honestly, you know. My brother is always like, I love how your car sounds, you know, from the outside. I do rather enjoy sometimes the looks that you get from people when you're going through a parking lot in an EV. You know, it's just not the standard sound that they're used to hearing, and so it is a little funny. Do they do that in all vehicles just so there's a noise?
Yes. It's under 20 miles per hour. There has to be a noise coming from it to alert pedestrians.
Yeah. I didn't know if any of them made a noise just like naturally or something, but
the only natural thing you're going to hear is the motors themselves, which is like your Rivian.
I'm going so fast.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
You will not even realize how fast you're going. It's crazy.
I was going 70 on accident. I'm gonna just set the cruise.
Is this button right here is your cruise to turn it on.
Oh, I don't know.
And then
must have been on. I hit 7.
Oh, I already had it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but that turns it on and off. You also your lane keep assist is on. You do not have lane centering, so it'll keep you inside the lane, but it won't. It'll nudge you back. You'll nudge you back over, but it won't.
It's not
keep
like
you in the center.
Oh, okay. Weird. Is that automatic?
It is on automatic, and you can turn it off. So see, it's just going to push you to the other side, but it's not going to actually steer itself.
Definitely doesn't like it when you take your hands off the wheel, which is good.
Yeah.
Does this have adaptive? Does this have blue cruise?
On the Lariat and Platinum trims, you can get the blue cruise as a high tech package.
Okay.
You have to pay extra for that.
So this one does not have it?
It does not have it, and it does not have adaptive cruise either.
So
to get adaptive cruise, you have to pay $9,000 tech package.
Man,
That's included with that extended battery if you want the extended battery too. So, yeah.
I'm so used to adaptive cruise, I might rear end someone if I didn't have it. I mean, I've had it for years now.
Yep, since 2014. So this base XLT, it starts out at $52,974. That's before destination charges or any options. Now this one here, because it is the base, this one actually has no options other than $200 all-weather floor liners. And so that brings the price in with the destination fee for this truck is $54,869. This truck that we have right now is the demo that they have at the dealership. So at the current moment, this truck is not available for sale, but it will be available for sale in around mid-December. So if you are looking for a Lightning and you're looking for an XLT and this base model will work for you, give them a call.
Heller Ford, if we didn't say that, I think we did. Heller Ford in El Paso, Illinois.
Yes, Heller Ford, El Paso, Illinois.
What kind of hauling power are we looking at with this? Is it the same as a regular truck?
So this one, since it has a standard battery and it does not have the maximum tow package, this will tow 5,000 pounds.
Is that a good average?
It's not the best for a truck. It's about, I guess it's about the same as what my XL truck will do. But you can get the max towing package, and then it takes it up to 7,700 pounds. But with that max towing package, then you also get some additional cooling for the batteries and the motors, because you're pulling more weight, so it's going to be working them harder. So you get a little bit better cooling. Now, if you go up to if you have the extended battery, then you're up to 7,500 pounds to start, and then you can do the max towing package and get up to 10,000 pounds of towing.
So, say you're going to just like tow a friend's car.
Yeah.
You have a trailer, just a flatbed.
Yeah.
Maybe wood trailer, and you're hauling a car.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Gotcha.
That's not going to you're generally not going to put it over 5,000 pounds.
Gotcha. Okay. So it looks like right now we've had a couple launches and done some in-town driving. So you're not always going to have that perfect miles per kilowatt hour number. This one is rated at 2.4, but right now we're pulling 1.5.
Yeah.
But like I said, we had a couple launches in there and whatnot.
We are driving into the wind too. It's a little windy day today.
What is the total range information on this?
Okay, so of range.
Doing it again.
What?
Driving way too fast.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
So this with the standard battery is EPA rated at 230 mile range. Now, this truck also does not have a heat pump. So if you are driving in a winter climate like it is today, it's rather windy. It's about 32 degrees outside. It was 24 when we got up this morning. We charged this to 100%, and it gave us a range estimate of 164 miles for the day. And right now we are showing 85% battery and 135 mile range. So this is probably not the best choice for winter climates. I would suggest getting the extended battery. Otherwise, get something that has a heat pump in it. Why they didn't put a heat pump in it, I do not understand and do not know why. But it's very inefficient in the winter. So we basically lost about 70 miles of range just because it's cold outside.
And you don't have, and really the range to begin with isn't a lot. I mean, full range is not really that much. You know, we do gotta keep in mind we're driving a box down the road. It's not aerodynamic, like it's not aerodynamically different from a regular F-150. It's the same. as far as I know.
Basically, I mean, they did a few things to help improve airflow, but generally it's about the same as a regular F-150.
It's a box going down the road. I definitely still have some range anxiety when I'm traveling, and I don't generally travel that far. I go from central Illinois to northern, to Chicago to see my brother, or down to St. Louis to the hospitals, and that's not that far. But in the winter, it is so much different that it really does cause some anxiety, especially with the charging infrastructure the way it is currently, at least in our area, and I think in a lot of areas across the United States. You don't necessarily have a ton of options for charging when you're traveling, and so it can get a little scary in the winter, and that's something you need to keep in mind if you're going to be doing much traveling in this truck and you live in the northern half of the country, because you are going to have a winter. And like today, it's 32 degrees. It's only November. We still have a lot of months left of cold weather.
Yeah.
And 131 miles, I mean, even for what we're doing today, just running some errands, doing a little Christmas shopping, I don't know. I mean, I don't feel awesome about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough to get you around for your daily things, but we're looking at, could we actually drive this in the winter to Chicago?
I mean, I'm sure that not only Ford, but all of the other EV platforms probably are working on, obviously, how can we make electric vehicles more user-friendly for people in those professional scenarios, because those are the guys that need to not have the fuel costs. Exactly. Right? Like, we need the guys that are, or ladies, that are working on job sites, hauling equipment and that kinds of thing. Like, those are the people that need to save on fuel costs.
Yes.
Right? And semi-truck drivers,
yep.
Heavy equipment operators. Like, that is the challenge right now with EV platforms, is like figuring that out.
Yep. And Ford is working on a new platform for their electric trucks. That's going to be debuting, I believe, it's 2025. And that will change the way that this truck is, and probably will not look, it'll probably still look somewhat like an F-150, but it's going to be a little more aerodynamic. It's going to be a complete new platform, new technology, everything. So I think we're going to get a little bit better than that aspect.
Yeah, they're just going to, I think this is a great start. I think this is like definitely the way to start out to make people comfortable with making the switch to an EV, is keeping it familiar. And they can even keep the inside familiar to some extent when they change the aerodynamics of it, but they're just going to have to make that change and hope that people are comfortable with it.
Yeah. How do you feel over there driving? How's your comfort-wise, seat, controls? How is everything laid out?
Everything is great. I like the steering wheel of F-150s a lot, because they have this little hole in the bottom of the steering wheel where you can keep your hand and still have complete control of the wheel, I feel like. Like today it's really windy, and so I like that I can still control the whole vehicle that way. And I do feel like this truck is doing great in the wind. I don't know what the mile per hour is in the wind today, but it is pretty windy, and I don't feel a lot of body movement with it, which is good.
Yeah.
So overall, I like how this truck feels. I'm comfortable. I don't feel like I'm in a giant vehicle. I just have a small crossover, and so it is a big difference, you would think, but it feels great. I can see the hood. I feel like I have, as a woman, I'm not super tall or anything. I feel like I have control over like the area of the vehicle. We do have 360 cameras around and sensors. So that always kind of adds to your confidence in maneuvering things like this. The controls and everything are easily accessible. I feel like everything is comfortably fit to me all around the vehicle. The driving is really smooth. Again, I think it's doing really great in this wind. I think that the one pedal is pretty severe. Would take a minute to get used to.
So you're in normal mode now, and we took the one pedal driving off. And
Okay.
you do get some regen off of that, but it is more like a ICE truck.
Okay. So we're coming up into a little town here, I think. And I'm just gonna go ahead and slow down. Oh yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So it does slow down a little bit quicker than just a regular vehicle would, but it's not as severe. This is a really good compromise. This is what I would drive in all the time, I think.
Well, there is one more thing. If you go into sport mode, now you get more regen, but you're still not one pedal driving. So when you let off, it'll be a little bit stronger,
Oh, interesting.
but not quite. It's the in-between.
Oh yeah, I like this too. This is nice. So we get more regen,
You get more regen than
Okay.
just normal, but not as much as
but
the
we're using
one
the
pedal.
brakes more. We're using the brakes.
No,
and we're-
actually, it's still using all regen to slow you down. But
Oh.
you'll have to use the brakes to actually come to a stop.
Okay.
But, I mean, even then, when you're using the brake pedal, it's still using regenerative braking to a point. You have to really push that pedal down far to actually engage the actual brakes.
Oh, well, this is great. I love these options. Nice job, Ford. This is good.
Yes, this is good.
Because this is that's really the only slight complaint that I have. And if it was, I drove it every day, I would be used to it. But just coming into it, fresh driver on this vehicle, it's a little overwhelming. And this is a really nice go-between. This is good. This could be used as a great adjustment period. Working yourself up to the full
Yes.
regen. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
Okay, so that is Fee's take on the 2022 Ford Lightning. I hope you guys enjoyed being with us today and enjoyed this little conversation and how things are for, a female driving the truck, Fee's artistic outlook on things, how she loves things, and how she loves to hammer the pedal. I hope you guys enjoy that. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button, and
Yes.
make sure you get a hold of Heller Ford.
Yes.